Hello everyone, welcome to the Failed Filmer podcast. Today's gonna be like a quick little episode, since I do not have any guests with me, but I do have a little bit of a snippet of a conversation. It's not a full conversation and it won't go up. It was just like a little blooper reel, I would say, that I had with my friend Gabby. When she came over, we were just chilling, vibing, listening to music. We're kind of faded, and, we were just chilling. But yeah, so that will be posted on this podcast. It's only like 6 minutes or so. Just a little short conversation. Hope you guys find that entertaining, because we were just cracking up over it. But today I want to talk about just what's happening in the world, because as shit's getting more serious, I don't think people are seeing really the full scope of what the fuck's happening, really, because, I'll give you a little bit of a fill-in of my life, I've signed up for some extra classes so I can graduate early for next year. My job has been getting more prepared for, not prepared, but more strict, I would say, on what we're supposed to be doing, and how we're supposed to be serving, and how we're supposed to be stocking up on stuff, and so I've been having to deal with that, and I'm not really making a lot. I just released my merch today, and I'm still designing some stuff from there. I decided to go with Teespring just because it seems like a great quality website to use. So, and their t-shirts, they are recyclable, so I decided to go with that. And yeah, I went on Twitter today, and I was looking at all of the little news articles. I keep seeing all this cancel culture shit, different artists, and it's really some of the worst shit I've ever fucking seen. Honestly, you have artists like Richard Bryan, and all of the teenage artists that are now in their 20s, who had Twitter or Instagram or whatever social media back when they were kids. So they didn't know they were gonna get famous. They didn't know. They were just messing around with their friends, and then to have their old tweets blow up now, back when they're famous, then everyone gets, oh my god, I can't believe he would say that, when they don't realize that literally most people have said shit like that, at least now in this generation, because people in this generation do not give a flying fuck about what they say. And I think that's a cool part of it, that, there's really no, honestly, now, even with the internet, because, growing up in the early 2000s, you saw the progression of the internet into this meme culture, starting from the shitty Facebook memes, then going all the way up to memes that really are just one word and one really weird photo, and then people are fucking laughing. So seeing that progression over the years, people are starting to get used to the extreme, the intense, and it's not like a couple years ago where you could just get away with doing little troll faces, or those rage you remember the fucking rage comics that they would fucking do. But now it's this entire shit, and I believe it's mainly because of how this generation has like the most, depression, the most anxiety, the most, like, everything in it. And you can make the argument that, back in the 80s, back in the 70s, that there was so much more anxiety, there was so much more just everything in general, because there was actually, wars that had to be fought. But the difference between the 70s and 80s, and even like further back, like the 50s, 60s, and now, is that no one talked about their pain. No one. And if you talked about your pain, you get fucked up. Like, for real. But now, if you talk about your pain, you can relate to millions of people, and people will be listening to you because they genuinely like, listening to that, because they can relate to that. And I'm not saying that relation wasn't happening back in that time. I'm just saying that it was frowned upon to even talk about that shit. Like, I've talked to so many, I've talked to so many, like, older people than me, and I've talked to, people that lives, back in those days, and, it seemed like everything they would say, they would get fucking beat up over what they said if there was, like, anything wrong, or just, like, anything in general. And I found that, like, the older crowd now is not used to the younger crowd talking this much about their feelings. And, I think that's really fucking interesting. Because, like, our generation now, we call the older generation boomers. And we use that as, like, an offensive term because, we just don't feel that they deserve, like, the right of being in our generation. Like, they don't understand us, like, they don't, blah, blah, blah. And I don't think it's that they don't understand us, it's just they are not used to, actually expressing that emotion, actually talking about that. And I think as time goes on, when more and more people talk about how they're feeling and how they're dealing and coping with shit, I think, like, the older crowd is gonna start, like, really, like, buckling down. And they are gonna start seeing, like, just how much, I guess, we have to offer, I would say. It's not that we have to offer anything. I just find it, I don't know. For the people that listen to this podcast, and for the people that have known me for a decent amount of time, and they follow my Snapchat and they follow my Instagram, they know that I literally speak my mind no matter what happens. No matter if it's, like, really personal or it's just, like, a superficial thing, like, on the surface thing. I will speak my mind no matter what, just because that is just how I am, And I don't really care, if my family sees my podcast and they judge me for it or whatever, because that's just me. And I've come to accept that, Hey guys, welcome to the Failed Filmer Podcast. Today, I'm with a special guest of mine. Her name is Gabby. She's one of my friends from school, and I've known her for, like, about a year now, right? Yeah. And if it sounds weird, it's because we're actually here together in the in the recording studio. We're here in the recording studio. And yeah, the other podcast that I usually do, there's usually a guest on the app itself just talking to me, but So she's literally right here. Say something.
Hi.
Yeah, there you go. So today, honestly, we're just gonna talk about life. We're kind of kind of faded right now. But I just had an interesting encounter with food that I made myself, and it was like one of the worst things I've ever done in my entire life. Would you care to explain what I put on the sandwich?
Death. This nigga put salsa with Nutella, and mayonnaise and mustard, and a whole bunch of different meats between a waffle
Yes.
and 2 slices of bread.
I put salsa and Nutella together, and mustard, and mayonnaise, all on one sandwich. And I put waffles with Nutella on. Like, it was so bad. It was like the worst shit I've ever fucking ingested in like my stomach is probably gonna be like death after this shit. But yeah, we just been hanging out and doing stupid shit.
Not shit.
Yeah, we've
Vibing.
been vibing. Yeah, we've been reacting to your fucking memes on your Instagram. Her memes are literally like, they're like a stereotype of memes, I would say. Like a stereotype of memes.
What do you mean?
We'll just say that. We'll just say, yeah, it's a stereotype of memes that are only like to like a really specific amount of people. And then she treats her fucking podcast, or not podcast, her fucking Instagram page like a diary. So it's like logged like every couple of days with a meme and then a caption that literally has nothing to do with the meme, but it's just about her feelings at that moment. And it's like reading like a middle schooler's diary, which first hits puberty. It's just like, holy fuck.
That's exactly what
That's exactly what it is. It's fucking hilarious. But I was just like, holy shit. I should do this shit with my Instagram instead of like the artsy shit I do. I should be like, day 14,982. I've come to the realization that the skies are starting to shake that ass, and I can't fucking yeah. It was amazing, honestly. But yeah, she came over today. We were just vibing to some music. Got my new record player yesterday, playing Igor, and we were reacting to some classics. 2000s music, like Kiss Kiss by Chris Brown. That song is a whole nother level, I would say, of like the most cringy, but like fire. It's like cringe fire. I just be in my room like she want that lovey-dovey, that kiss. And I'd be like killing that shit like by myself. No, like seriously, I'd be like in my room, like going on my knees, like. Dropping down to my knees like Usher and let it burn, let it burn. Like, god damn. I swear to God, like, I wish more people would be like that, just like with people, and instead of just being like, so did you hear about the new album?
What'd you think?
What? What'd you think?
What'd you think?
What do you think? I mean, well, the album.
Like, nigga, just, like, have fun. Like, just dance or some shit.
Throw that ass back. Make it clap.
Yeah.
3 times in a row.
Make it clap.
Yep.
Make that shit clap. Make your cheeks clap. The what fucking meme that you fucking say is fucking Jesus. all of her memes are like really relatable if you've been in that certain situation. But they're like really specific situations. And one of the memes she showed me, it was like the most specific that you could possibly get, and it related to me, and I was fucking crying.
Oh my god.
I don't even want to mention it on the podcast because yeah. But yeah, it was like the most specific shit I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. But anyways,
That is the funniest
yeah.
shit ever.
Anyways, so recently I've heard rumors